Okay, what's up everyone? Welcome to a new video. Let's give this a shot. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we'll see. I'm gonna open my window a little bit, but yeah, this is probably the best I can do in terms of where I'm gonna be putting this camera. The sunroof is like slightly open as well. It's like tilted just so you guys can get a little bit more sound, but this is the best sort of POV that I can have right now. So hopefully this is all right for everybody. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I'm gonna drive around. This is more of a test video, I guess. So if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. I'll just upload it maybe. But yeah, let's go for a drive. Let's see how good or bad this thing actually stays up and how well this recording goes, because it's gonna be interesting. Mostly because I didn't strap it to my forehead, first of all, and I'm recording with my iPhone. So I don't know, again, if this is going to stay up or not. I don't know how good the quality of the camera is. It's definitely better than my GoPro. My GoPro is like only 1080p, I think 68 FPS. Well, my phone is like 4K, 60 FPS. So it should be a little better. Probably not the best lighting conditions now as well, you know, during the night. But I wanted to see how this thing would go during the night. I'm in a Phoenix Park right now. I just wanted to go around here. I'm going to go into town just to see what it's like on like more bumpy roads and stuff like that. But this is probably the best position that I can have when I'm recording this. I'm also recording in like widescreen, so we'll see what that's like. But yeah, this is pretty much it. So we'll see what this is like. So this is what the M4 is like to drive normally, pretty much. There's not much really to it. It pretty much feels like a normal car. One of the best features is this down here, which is the adaptive dampers. I think those are like my favorite things about this car, because if I keep this thing in sport all the time, especially the dampers, oh my god, this thing is so bad. I've been in regular 4 Series, I've been in a regular 3 Series, and by regular I mean like, you know, 420s pretty much, and yeah, they're all like just the M Sport ones obviously, and they're all so bad, so bad comfort wise. And this one actually isn't that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's still going to be a little rattle. Oh, this guy's in the middle of the road. What is this person doing? Get the fuck out of the way. Basically, it's a like back saver, I'm going to say, because yeah, this guy had a stop sign there. He just completely ignores it. Right, should I put it in a little bit of sport and give it? Oh, I don't see anybody about really. There's a cyclist over there. I'll deal while I go up this hill a little bit. I don't see any like deer or anything about, because I don't really want to like do anything stupid in the park as well. But just so you guys can hear the sound. So right now I'm in comfort. Everything, right? Everything's in efficient and in comfort. I've not labeled, sorry, but I've assigned everything to M1. If I press M2, everything will go into sport. So steering and everything, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to do this. So I put that in there, put that in manual. So now the valves should be open, except this part of the park is so bumpy. So you should be able to hear the valves are now open. And if I give it a little bit of beans, makes a much better noise. Significantly louder than before. I'm gonna open both of my windows a little bit so you guys can hear a little bit of noise. I feel like it's bad now because it's in the middle of the open, so all the sound is just gonna go away. If I'm like in an enclosed area, it'll be so much better. But yeah, let's just see what this thing is like. Let's overtake the cyclist quite quickly. It's quick. Oh god. I don't know how well you guys can hear the pops and the bangs and everything that's going on the outside. Obviously the noise is going to be completely different for you guys in the video versus in person. Like, it's just not going to be the same at all. So I don't know. Same with the sound of, like, you know, everything that rattles. And you don't really have much that rattles in this car, to be honest with you, but like maybe my jacket, or you can hear the tire noise and stuff like that a bit more or a bit differently to how I can. But yeah, I'm gonna go right and I'm gonna go into town. I don't know why I'm going into town. Should I? Yeah, come on then, why not? So this is pretty much the setting, like just a regular setting. If I want to drive around, valves open, make a tiny bit of noise, you know what I mean? But not too bad, not too much. I don't want to be like an annoying person either. I don't want to do it like around a lot of people, and especially in a park like this where everything's supposed to be like nice and calm and everybody's going for a walk or run or whatever. But it's so loud. It's so loud. I don't know why there's a Passat behind me just driving up my ass for whatever reason. The noise it makes. I love this car, man. I love it. I love it so much. The shunt as well that it gives you is just so nice. Oh god. And then if I press M1, everything goes back into comfort and drive. It's a nice quiet car again. But yeah, there's loads of traffic. There's no point in me doing anything stupid here. But yeah, hopefully this is quite nice. I don't know what the quality is like I said. It's just going to be more of like a test video, this. So we'll see. We'll see if it's any good or not. Same with the placement of the camera. I can probably change it. I can put it in my side window. You guys can definitely not see the heads-up display. I don't think you can from the position that you guys are put in. This is basically just a little bit over my forehead, pretty much. That's pretty much what this camera angle is right now. It's just a little bit over my forehead. Because I can't, first of all, stick my phone to my forehead. That's the first part. And the second part is it's my phone, you know, it's not a GoPro. I can technically put my GoPro on my head, but yeah, I can't really do that right now. I don't have the GoPro. Plus, like I said, the quality is so bad, especially at nighttime. The quality is so bad on that GoPro. It's just an old GoPro, you know, like this. It's just an old. I can't even remember what model it is, but it's an old Session as well. So it's not even like the higher end GoPro like Blacks or whatever it was at the time when they came out. Regardless, this is pretty much what kind of like what POV is like when you're driving this thing. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice place to be in. Fuel is terrible as always. I mean, not fuel, but fuel economy is terrible. I can't really do anything about that. It just is. But yeah, I enjoy this car a lot. I really do. And I'm still not bored of it. I am still not bored of it. I've had it for 2 months now, almost 2 months. Actually, what date is it today? I can't remember what date is it today. It's the 13th. So in a couple of days, it'll be 2 months since I bought this car. So yeah, it's nice. I'm definitely enjoying it quite a lot. I don't know what car I'm gonna get next, when I'm gonna get a next car or whatever. Like I said, right now, ideas for cars are still sort of piling up in my head. But main and most important thing is I want to get a house. So the house is the most important thing, and then I'll get a car, like another car, like an upgrade from this. But for right now, I want to save up for a house, and buy a house, and have my own place pretty much. But I don't want to go renting, because renting in Ireland is terrible, especially here when I'm driving into town. It's awful. It is terrible. It's so expensive for rent. It's like 2k a month on a terrible apartment, like, or not terrible, but like in a bad apartment. If you want to do it in town in like a specific area, town is pretty much like city center is what I mean by town. So that is pretty much it. So I really wouldn't, first of all, I wouldn't move to town regardless of if I'm buying or not. And second of all, I want to buy a house. I don't want to buy an apartment, and I'll probably be moving out. I don't know if I'm going to be moving out of Dublin, but ideally I'd like to move somewhere slightly out of Dublin, so I don't or somewhere. See, again, here's the thing, right? If I stay in Dublin and I buy a house that I like, it'll be in an area that's very expensive, and I won't be able to afford it. But if I move out of Dublin, I can buy a house again that I really like, kind of, you know, decent in size, big-ish. I don't want something that's like, you know, 2 bedrooms or whatever, but something big-ish that I can, you know, have people over and stuff like that. But also in a nice area, quiet area or whatever. And, you know, I'd like to, ideally, like I said, have one with more rooms and maybe a plot of land or something like that. So, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And we'll see where I'm gonna end up moving specifically. But yeah, ideally I'd like to get out of Dublin. I'd like to get out of traffic and everything like that. But for right now, this is, like I said, more of like a test video. So the only reason why I'm in town right now in traffic is because I wanted to test the video out a little bit. But this is pretty much what I like, what it's like to drive this thing. It's no more different to any other car. That's the whole point of this thing, is that it's such a everyday car, pretty much, if you know what I mean. And I'd love to take this thing in like mainland Europe, and I want to bring it over into like the Swiss Alps and stuff like that. So I've been there in my friend's car, and we drove it through the Alps and the Stelvio Pass and everything, and it was just such a nice place. And I was like, I can just imagine like such a nicer car, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong, my friend's Giulia was a lovely car to be in, but something with a little bit more power and something that made a nice noise. For example, this car, right? So I'd love to bring this car somewhere, you know, in the Alps and stuff like that, or just having like a nice road trip in it. But again, I don't know if COVID will let me, first of all. Yeah, we'll just see. We'll see. Plans for this year should be something like that. Hopefully, if I can, I'll definitely try to do it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to make some more of these videos. Again, I don't know how good or bad this quality is going to be. I don't know if it's going to focus specifically on the road or what is focused on now. But yeah, sure, like I said, we'll see how this works and what it's focused on and how this video is going to look. But this is pretty much what it's like driving this thing. Again, town is a terrible place for me to bring this thing. I don't know why I came into town, to be honest with you, but I just came into the Phoenix Park because I was driving around the Phoenix Park trying to test it, because the roads are like sort of, there's not really a lot of traffic in the park, especially if you're driving like around it, which is kind of what I ended up doing. And I had a bit of like test footage on this camera with the mounting point that it is at now, just to basically see what it's like. But the roads in town are a lot worse, so we'll see again how this is like. It's a lot shakier, probably. That's the main thing. But we'll see. I'm just gonna drive just that way, and I'll probably go home afterwards. So yeah, let's just go here. What is this person doing? I honestly thought the taxi was reversing. But yeah, I don't know. I've never actually tested this camera out at night. This iPhone camera. Picture wise, it's unreal at nighttime. It's very good. However, I don't know what it's like video wise, you know, if it's good or bad or whatever. So we'll see that as well. Anything else here to show you? Not really, to be honest with you. There's my M drives, the heads up display, instrument cluster, all that sort of stuff. Nothing really here. It's pretty much what the iDrive looks like. It's just regular BMW iDrive, you know. Vehicle information. I have the sports displays showed up. Vehicle status, PSI and temperature for the tires, check control. Absolutely nothing wrong with this car. I love this thing, man. It's just so nice. But I'll bring the sports displays back up just so you guys can see. But I'm not really going anywhere fast, so I can't really be showing you guys a lot of that. You can see even the horsepower, it's like barely moving from zero. It's mostly just the torque moving up, and that's pretty much it. There's not much else going on. Ooh, there is a wall next to me. I could give it a couple of revs. Let's be a little bit annoying, so that's pretty much normal. That'll open the exhausts up. If I crack a couple of revs. Oh god. It's loud. It is loud. You can see how loud it is now with the wall next to me. Okay, I'm gonna be driving around like this for a while, just since the wall is next to me, so you guys can actually hear what this thing actually sounds like. Sorry, Minnie. I know you want to get past me. Oh, space. Ooh, GP Cooper. Is it? Pretty old. I don't know if it is or not. I'm gonna close this window. What do you want that open? So as far as transmission, just so it stays in gear a little bit longer. If I put it to max, obviously it'll stay in lower gears as well, a little bit longer, instead of it just changing gears early. I think around 2,500, something like that is nice when it changes gear, or 3,000, something like that. So that's why I like the second setting. The third setting is just, it stays for way too long. And I don't know how well you guys can see all of that's going on over there, but yeah. See, know what I mean? So bassy. So bassy. A few crackles as well as it's slowing down. Man, I haven't driven in town in such a long time. There's so many things changed. All these different lanes and everything. There's no reason for me to drive in here at all. A lot of crackles. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Also, one of the cars in front of me absolutely stinks. Like, it just stinks of diesel. I don't know which one it is, but it just smells so bad. Oh god. That guy just staring at my car off to your left. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh god. Yeah, this thing gets a lot of attention. Something really sounds really bad. I don't know if it's brakes or if it's a belt, but I can hear it. It's so loud. I think it's a belt. It is a belt. It's really loud. Driving around with my windows open and it's so cold. It's so cold. But it sounds so good. This road is really bad. Oh, ramp. Oh. My God. Oh my God, what happened to this road? Jesus Christ, I'm off-roading. I never knew this road was bad, or this bad. Oh God. But it's fine, I'll finish the recording here. Ooh, it gets a little nicer here. I'll finish the recording here. One more blip. Alright everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if I'll upload it, but we'll see. We will see.